something that was just said. Then maybe they misconstrue what I wanted to say and they select something I didn't want. See what I mean? So I don't think, I'd probably mute the Kinect for that, but if in terms of combat, I might as well just leave it, because I don't have to hit guide, unmute the Kinect, then reuse it just for combat, because by the time I've done that, I could have been done the battle. So it's kind of useless, but whatever. But the real main thing about the Microsoft press conference that people really wanted to see was they released a new Halo game. And it is, actually when I saw it I thought it was a really cool idea, but obviously it's just a way to make money, plain and simple. It's called Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition, where it's been 10 years, it's releasing on the 15th of November this year, and it's been 10 years, you know, in November, since Halo 1 has come out, because Halo came out in 2001, pretty much right when the Xbox released. It was like I believe it was a launch title, and like the original Xbox. And so they're doing an anniversary. Now what they've done is it's the exact same campaign with remade HD graphics. I believe it's on the Reach engine, Halo Reach engine, and there's online co-op, there's multiplayer with all the classic maps. But back then there was no Xbox Live, so you had System Link or some sort of thing like that, where it wouldn't, or co-op, just like 4-on-4 kind of, or just like free-for-all 4-on-1 console. That was the only way you could do multiplayer. Well, they've redone that with the classic maps, which I thought was really neat. So, but it is a cash grab. Like, obviously, like, oh god, we don't have a Halo game, we're not going to make money, so they just made this really, it probably didn't take them that long to make it, because they already had the dialogue, because I'm pretty sure they're using the exact same dialogue that they did. They're just taking the same files and using them over with HD graphics and remixed, you know, improved controls and things like that. So nothing new, just remastered, so to speak. It is a neat idea, because I don't have Halo Combat Evolved anymore. I don't know where it went. I had it, but I can't seem to locate it. But I think I might pick this up and do a playthrough of it. I think it would be, you know, kind of a neat thing to do. But that's just that. And also, wrapping up the Microsoft portion of the you know, blah blah blah, the press conference. Sorry. What happened was they pretty much said, you know, peace out. We'll leave you with one last thing and we're gone. And what they did was they left you with a trailer, and it was a trailer for Halo 4. People were like, oh my god, that's Master Chief. And then they said Halo 4, and everyone's just like jizzing in their pants. Oh my god, new Halo game that actually continues the original Halo story. And not only did they say that, but they also said that Halo 4 would be the start of a new trilogy. So that means they're going to have a Halo 4, 5, and 6. So, considering they said that Halo Reach was going to be their last game, they obviously came up with new ideas, and they're like, Halo's too good of a game to, like, we're making a lot of money off it. We'd be stupid to drop it now, so I don't see why I would do it, you know what I mean? So, what's the point? But, you know, so they're making a new Halo game. I'm actually kind of excited for it, because I love the original Halo series, but when they did ODST and Reach, it wasn't the same. You didn't have the same characters, you didn't have the same abilities. It just felt kind of like just shovelware to me, you know what I mean? So I was kind of disappointed about that, but the fact that they're actually, you know, bringing back new Halo the way it was meant to be played, we should be all in for a treat. So that was the Microsoft press conference. So, yeah, that's pretty much all it was for Microsoft anyway. So we'll do Sony in just a second. Alright, so with Sony, they had a bit of a challenge in front of them. They came into E3 literally like a month prior to what happened. They got hacked literally a month before E3 pretty much. And when that happening, that's a major blow to your company, and you really need to think of ways to, you know, to really recover from that, because people had lost so much faith in Sony, especially since it was their personal information. So people were going to Sony's press conference with a lot of doubt. So they were expecting, you know, why Sony, you better pull something out of your ass, so to speak, if you want our business, because honestly, a lot of people's faith in them was extremely shaken. So what they did, they knew this, obviously. So what they had to do was really give the people what they wanted, so to speak. and that was with the games, because a lot of people just want new games that are, whether they're a sequel to an amazing blockbuster title, or if they're just fresh original content that they think is going to be a main smash hit, that sort of thing. They want new games and new content. So what they opened up with right away was their like 2 upcoming games that are, you know, the PS3 exclusive. This is what Microsoft should have done, but they never really did it. Although I did forget to mention about Microsoft. They did also bring in Gears of War 3. I can't believe I missed that. But they did bring in Gears of War 3. That's another game I'm looking forward to. And Ice-T actually helped Cliff Bleszinski demo the game. But sorry, I forgot to mention that before. But anyways, with with the PS3 games, they announced Uncharted 3. Not announced, but they showed Uncharted 3, Resistance 3, 2 of the main games that people are really looking forward to this year. And when I saw Uncharted 3, I was extremely excited because from what I played the first 2 games recently, and I loved them. They were really good games, and I've seen the demo of it. I've seen trailers, things like that. It looks phenomenal, and I can't wait to play it. So with that, Sony had my attention. Let's just say. However, I felt like they didn't put that much effort into the rest of the conference. Like, I mean, it seemed kind of melodramatic and kind of dull at times. I was just like, you know what? Come on, give me something new. I mean, yeah, you showed me those games, you got my attention, but then you're wasting your time with other things that, you know, shouldn't really matter. Like, for some reason, then they focused back onto the Move, and they showed a bunch of Move titles. And I honestly, to be honest with you, I don't care for the Move. It's the worst motion. Well, I'm not saying it based on my opinion. I'm saying in terms of sales. It did the worst in sales compared to the other motion control technology. Like the Wii obviously surpassed it, but same with the Kinect. The Kinect did much better because you didn't have to use a controller. The Move was just like an upgraded version of what the Wii had. So it's the same thing. So people weren't too impressed by it. And they brought in. They wanted to show how, like, what they've been doing is, like, so far in 2011, they've been forcing a lot of games as an optional thing to add onto your experience. Like, for example, you could play Killzone 3 with the Move controls. You can play SOCOM 4 with the Move controls, but no one bought it for that. No one bought those games for that. They bought them because they're fans of the series and they want a new story and new multiplayer gameplay that's as good as it's been. Just with, you know, a couple, you know, improved things. That sort of thing most people want. But they still did that. They debuted NBA 2K12. And they demoed how the Move controls work with it. And they said anybody could use it. And when they said that, they brought in Kobe Bryant to come play the Move with, you know, I can't remember what the guy's name was. But Kobe Bryant, I'm pretty sure he got owned. Like, I kind of skipped ahead because I'm like, I don't really care. So I skipped ahead the video. And he was getting dominated. He's just like, oh yeah, I'm picking the Lakers. I'm picking the Lakers. And the other guy's picking the Heat and he's kicking his ass. And I'm just like, that's hilarious. So, you know, I don't know. It's just funny that they think they can do all this with the Move and, you know, bring just a revolutionary thing to the table when it's been done already. So that part was kind of slow. Not a whole lot more to say about Sony. But the thing is, another main thing about Sony was they debuted their brand new handheld gaming device, basically the successor of the PSP, and they called it PlayStation Vita, which in Italian means life. So it's like the PlayStation Life, so to speak, but it's the PlayStation Vita. Basically, it's actually from what I saw, basically their direct competition with the PlayStation Vita is the Nintendo 3DS. They're competing directly with that. So what they wanted to do was make something affordable, look good, work well, familiar controls, good games, good titles, for the same price as the Nintendo 3DS. So when you look at it, the PlayStation Vita it's got HD graphics. I don't know if it's full HD, but it's like, I think it's near HD if anything. I think it might be 720p. I don't remember, but they've got the familiar PlayStation controls, everything. So if someone who's had a PSP, or even someone who's just got a PlayStation or has a PlayStation, they can easily, oh, I know this, blah blah blah, and they can get used to the controls pretty easily. So that was a good step for that. They've also introduced something that kind of makes sense. They have two different versions, a $250 and a $300 version, which are pretty good introductory prices for a brand new PlayStation portable, so to speak, handheld gaming device. And one is supports Wi-Fi, while the other one is Wi-Fi and 3G. A lot of different devices are using this technology, and they kind of jumped on the bandwagon. And it makes sense because now you can play online on your handheld while you're away from away from home. So you can be on the bus and you can play like against your friends or whatever while you're on the bus, or whatever the case may be. You can do that with the 3G. So it gives you an option. And the other main thing is they are they're releasing many hit games onto the PlayStation Vita. Examples are Uncharted, God of War. I believe they have a new game coming out. The God of War. No, that's for the PlayStation 3. My bad. I believe they're releasing a God of War collection, but I heard that with the PSP version of the God of War games are being released on PlayStation 3. I think it's called God of War Oranges. God of War Oranges. No, God of War Origins. Yeah, the God of War Origins trilogy, but that's not PSP anyways. But you got Uncharted. I believe there's a Resistance game. I'm not sure if there's a SOCOM game or not. But the main hit games that people want to play, I believe there's they're going to be releasing a Little Big Planet for it as well. But I don't know. It makes more sense. If you're competing for my money for a handheld game, and I look at the 3DS and the PlayStation Vita, I'm not the type of person who goes into gimmicks like with the with this whole 3D fad that everyone's into at the moment.